Hello everybody, Janina Trevino here with you at myweddingtv.com, and we have Eric Revilla here with us also. That's going to show us some contouring tips.
Now, before we get into that, I just kind of want to go over the fact that she already has a beautiful face. But we kind of just gave her a little bit of an even complexion. The product that I did use on her was a cream foundation, just for the simple fact that prior to having her here on camera, I kind of investigated as to what her skin type was. She did tell me that she was a little bit more on the drier side. So when you are a little bit more on the drier side, you kind of want to steer away from mattes. You want to kind of just focus on something that's going to be more hydrating on the skin. As you mentioned, we are going to go into the contour tips. This is one of my favorite things to do because I just feel like now with the Instagram and the YouTube tutorials, things kind of get out of hand and people overdo it. I'm all about enhancing the natural complexion of the skin, so just follow the natural contours. So what I'm going to use is a Yachio brush. This is one of my favorite brushes to use for contouring because it kind of does all the work for you and it's a lightweight feel.
Okay.
So like I'm going to contour with a little bit of a bronzer because we're going to go for a daytime look. A little goes a long way. I call it the dab rule. You kind of just want to dab to your product. I'm using the Laguna bronzer. So the beginning of your ear, this is your starting point. So when you're going to put your bronzer, you're going to use it as your line and just kind of gently put it on there. Once you kind of place your bronzer there, you just simply kind of want to do it in a rotating motion to kind of give it a soft, diffuse finish.
So you start from your ear down.
Down, yes. And the purpose of this is bronzer doesn't go everywhere. It kind of just normally goes where the sun will normally hit your face. So kind of people have the tendency of putting bronzer all over the place. But then I move my way up to the temple because obviously, again, the sun will normally hit you and it will give you a little bit of a natural shadow. Now by doing this is going to give you a nice, more defined look, accentuate your features, bring out the cheekbones, and then soften that jawline. How does the brush feel on your skin?
It feels so soft.
Right? So in this, again, doesn't do too much work. It does it all for you. Just a little bit goes a long way with the product. And then this bronzer is also one of my favorites, just for the simple fact that it gives you that golden glow. So who doesn't want...
said we were using, I'm sorry to interrupt, you said we were using which bronzer?
Laguna from NARS Cosmetics.
Laguna from NARS.
Yeah. Again, the beginning of the ear, that is your starting point. You want to go from there and just kind of gently bring it down. And you definitely want to blend. Blending is key, everybody, because without blending, you're going to look very harsh and you're going to look too dramatic. Softening the look is going to give you that effortless look. And you're
in circular motions.
Circular motion. I like to place a product where I actually want the definition, and I'm going to do circular motions. It doesn't give it a diffuse look. And it's always good to start off with little product. That's why I like the dab rule, because a lot of people kind of like swish it all around and then they add too much product onto the skin.
It's much easier to add more products besides having to take in it.
Exactly. Right. It's easier to build up. It's harder to take down, especially when it comes to darker colors such as bronzers and stuff like that, because it's kind of diffusing it, everything again. So you're doing double the work. So think smarter, not harder. These little chips come in handy. And then once you have your nice and contour on, I like to just apply a little blush just to give you a little bit more life to the skin.
Okay.
And then I'm just simply going to actually apply the blush on the cheekbone. I see that you smiled.
It's like customary to kind of smile before.
It's a very good, I guess, good common fact in the industry that a lot of people like smile. I really don't like that kind of look. I kind of like on the actual cheekbone, and the only reason is because when you're not smiling, your blush actually comes down and it draws down the face. So to accentuate your cheekbones.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so you put it right on the bone and you kind of push it back and blend it in with that bronzer. This gives you that more high cheekbone appearance, brings back the face a little bit more life, and it just, when you take photos, your face is amazing.
Awesome. That's a good tip. I didn't think of that before, but it makes a lot of sense.
Because when you smile, your blush also raises as well, so appearance of higher cheekbones. And then last but not least, I'm just going to contour your nose. Now, I know this is a big thing for a lot of people because they don't really know how to do it. Now, best way to contour, I like to use an eyeshadow brush. Now, it's a little uncommon for most people because I like to use a more defined brush. Dab rule, and what you simply want to do is, for where your brow starts, you're going to gently bring it down the bridge of your nose. Dab rule. You're going to start right at the beginning of the brow and just gently bring it down. And then once you have to do that, you just simply diffuse it out. This is just to give you a little bit more of a shadow and give you more of a defined sloped nose. And then, for example, if you wanted to accentuate the nose a little bit more for a nighttime, all you simply want to do is just grab a little bit of a highlighter and just bring it down that bridge right here. Very little.
For the highlight.
For the highlight. And that's just more for nighttime, not so much for daytime.
Yeah.
Because this would be good at night because once the light hits you, it just gives it that finishing look.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
You've
And
done
that-
such a good job.
No,
Thank you
and
so
you're
much.
such a good model to work with.
Thank you.
Well, that basically wraps up the whole look. Did you learn a lot today?
I did. I did.
Hope you guys, you learned a lot too. Remember,
I
the
hope-
right tools gives you the right product.
Exactly. Exactly. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting
I
me.
hope this helped all our viewers at home. Janina Trevino here with you and Eric Revilla.
Pleasure. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.